Real Country 1430 AM and 1073 FM WRDN. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report. I'm Brian Winnekins, and joining us this morning is Karen Endres with the Wisconsin Farm Center. And we're going to talk a little bit about the voucher program that's the Farm Center has, and also about a pretty special event coming up in Ellsworth at Ellsworth Middle School on February 25th. Thank you to our newsmaker sponsors, including Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Synergy Co-op, Osteoplastics, Compeer Financial, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, and Silo and El Civia Co-op. So Karen, first, for those not familiar with this voucher program from the Wisconsin Farm Center, this is to help farmers experiencing mental health a crisis or an issue, and how they can get some help. Tell us about the program.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me this morning. Again, I'm Karen Endres. I'm the Farmer Wellness Program Coordinator at the Wisconsin Farm Center, which is at the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. I have the honor every day to work with farmers and their families to help them when they just need to reach out and talk to someone. It's great. Sometimes, we look, it doesn't even have to be like a crisis situation, right? It can just be the stress is high. We all face those stressors in farming, especially in family farming, and you just need to talk to someone. So a big part of our program, we started in 2005, actually issuing counseling vouchers. And at that time, it was funded through some grants and some outreach. In 2020, the state legislature and the governor funded our program with state money. And so with having that consistent funding, we've really been able to put some focus on the program, grow our provider network. We have providers that want to work with farmers and their families, that have a knowledge, a base understanding of farm culture, and I get to connect them with farmers to talk about those stressors. And sometimes talking to someone can make all the difference in the world.
And because of that additional funding, and you've been doing a lot of outreach as well, you've seen some, exponential growth in the use of the vouchers here already, even this year compared to last year at this time.
Absolutely. It is so great that, yes, we've been doing a lot of outreach. We've been talking about connecting farmers and creating that right fit with a counselor. And our program, like you said, is growing. I just did a quick calculation looking at, because we go off of our fiscal year, right? And our fiscal year is about halfway through, just a little over halfway. And last year at this time, I had paid for 119 vouchers. So that's 119 one-hour visits with a counselor, which is awesome. But this year, I've already paid for 238. So we're seeing that tremendous growth in the program. Last year, we had record numbers. And so going off of record numbers last year and already surpassing those numbers this year, we're getting the message out through people like you, through events that we're attending, and we're hoping to just break down that stigma. Like, it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to talk to someone, because that can really make all the difference in the world. And if it's not through a counselor, we also have an online support group that's meeting regularly. We have a telecounselor that we can get very quick appointments with. And so all these great parts of the program, and not to forget our 24/7 line, that in the moment need. So you put all these pieces of this program together, and it's great to be helping farmers, because we need farmers, right? They're the base of our economy, the basis of our community, and they make the food and protect our natural resources.
And again, talking with Karen Endres with the Wisconsin Farm Center, the Farmer Wellness Program, and how it can help farmers that maybe just need someone to talk to. And Karen, we are getting ready for spring planting. We have had some bizarre weather. It's been too warm in some respects, not a lot of moisture. There could be potentially winter kill if we have a big cold snaps, or how am I going to get in the field? When am I going to get things done? All this inflation with inputs, this, that, and the other thing. So this program, farmers need to know this program is here waiting for them. All they have to do is reach out, right?
Yeah, the program is here. I'm here ready to help them connect with someone to talk to or connect with other farmers through that online support group. I mean, we just really need to have community, right? When you can go share with somebody and they understand, that's really helpful because we're all going through these stressors together. And like you said, there's so many of them that are out of our control. That long list, you could have probably added 10 more things, right? Like, yeah, the weather is a big part of it. We're currently working, we have a staff member going out to Rock County because they had tornadoes last week that damaged a lot of our farms in that area. So you just never know. We can't control it. And it's okay to just talk to somebody. As farmers, too, we're often not taught, like, how do you do effective listening? Like, how do we communicate with our family members when the stressors are high and we're feeling the pressures of our businesses with low markets and things like that? And so I think it's just okay to reach out, talk to someone, become a better listener, become a better communicator, because a lot of times at the end of a day, a lot of our conflicts come down to communications. And, we're all in it for the greater good. And so reach out. Our 800 number, which please get that out there, 1-888-901-2558 connects you to our 24/7 line, who can then get that information to me. So you don't have to worry about calling on business hours, right? You can call any day of the week, anytime, and we'll connect you in. And the best part, Brian, is I am getting people in with counselors in 5 to 10 days. That's awesome.
Wow. Wow. That is some very, very good news. And so again, that 800 number again, in case folks missed it.
Yes, 888-901-2558.
Talking with Karen Endres with the Wisconsin Farm Center, the Farmer Wellness Program. Again, farmers, keep that number handy if you just need someone to talk to. Now, Karen, I learned about a special event coming up on February 25th. That's a Sunday. It's at Ellsworth Middle School. It's with the Farmer Angel Network in Western Wisconsin. And I'm familiar with the Farmer Angel Network down in Sauk County with Randy Roker. Him and I have talked about it a lot. Also, the Ellsworth FFA. But this is going to be a special event to remember a dairy farmer who passed away due to suicide. But there's going to be a special guest that's going to talk about what happened to him. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is such a great event. When a farmer, when they lose their life, right, to suicide, to a farm accident, it affects more than that family. It impacts our community and it impacts all the ag suppliers. I didn't have the opportunity to know that farmer, but I've gotten to know that farmer's daughter, been able to connect her with the Farmer Angel Network, who Brian is celebrating 5 years. 5 years this March, which is amazing. They're a grassroots organization, farmer to farmer, building community. And their speaker coming in, Jeff Ditzenberger, is a farmer from southern Wisconsin. And Jeff has also done a lot of work in telling his story about when he did have a suicide attempt, and how that's impacted his life, and how he's created an organization called Tugs, because we all need a tugboat in our life that pulls us into safety. And how we can do that by simply sometimes picking up the phone, stopping by a neighbor's when we notice things maybe just aren't as they typically are. And that doesn't have to be scary. It can be like some of our FFA organizations do like harvest lunches, right? And they leave a sack lunch, and sometimes that's all it takes. All it takes is to know somebody cares out there and somebody's looking out for you. So I encourage anyone in your area, go out to that event and find some community. Learn about Jeff's story, learn about Brian's story, who's, in honor, that event is in honor of him, and learn about how we can all make a difference in someone else's life.
And again, that is coming up on Sunday, February 25th, 1 o'clock at the Ellsworth Middle School cafeteria. It's a free event. There'll be lunch served as well in honor of Brian. And that is definitely an event that farmers there's no football game and nothing, nothing going on. So why don't you go take some time for yourself and take care of that event, Karen, and attend that event. Again, Karen, we really appreciate you joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much. And again, that number, Brian, 888-901-2558. You don't have to have a crisis to call that number. You can call that number because you've had a bad day or you have no one else to talk to. There are stress counselors waiting to pick up the phone, and these counselors know farming. So you're not going to have to explain to them why the milk price is so low and you can't pay your bills. They're going to get it. And they're going to be there to talk to you. And just like going to an event, like in honor of Brian on February 25th, just go to have a conversation with a neighbor or maybe a new farmer you've never met. That's what it's about, connecting us together for the betterment of agriculture and just to keep farmers healthy, both physically and mentally.
Very well said. That's Karen Endres with the Wisconsin Farm Center and the Wisconsin Farmer Wellness Program. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report.